What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Gen TV podcast. As always, your boy Ease.
Yeah, on the sauce, God.
And as always, we have a very, very special guest for you guys. We have someone out of Brooklyn, another New Yorker that came down to see us. Always flattering. We got the boy K in here.
You already know what time it is.
What's good with you, man?
I'm straight. You?
Amazing. Doing amazing today. Could be
All right.
better.
Sweet,
How you doing,
sweet.
A1?
Cool.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, great answer, man.
I'm phenomenal, bro.
Great answer. Yeah. Give me get some good energy.
All right.
We got a Brooklyn native in here, man.
Nah,
you know,
It's an honor for sure. Appreciate you coming out, man.
I appreciate
As
you
always,
having me.
when we have a guest, we got some icebreaker questions. So let's get straight into it. Since you're a rapper, I'll do some music questions, okay?
Copy.
Who's got the better bars? Lil Wayne or J. Cole?
J. Cole, hands down. J. Cole.
Damn, you didn't even think about that.
Didn't
J. Cole?
think of it. J. Cole. J. Cole.
Really?
I've been listening to J. Cole since Lost One and Who That?
Really?
Who That? I got that playing. Who That? When he was like, they like, damn Cole, where your chain at? I guess it's something like your girl nigga didn't come yet. I was like, oh.
Okay.
I was like, wait, the kids on the bus, like, okay.
Nah, I think I would have to say Lil Wayne, honestly.
You go, well,
Yeah, I gotta go with Lil Wayne for that one.
Yeah, I
maybe
think
it's just because he has that title and people call him a lyricist, and maybe it's like a biased opinion, but I would say Lil Wayne.
all right.
Yeah, I think it's it kind of varies too on what your like rap style is, like what you like
Right.
listen to. Like if you're like with that punch, like those punch lines and shit like that, I think Wayne is like killing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think J. Cole kind of like he tells like stories and I
Yeah.
think it's like a little more like his metaphor is a little deeper, a little,
A little
harder to
more
just get.
visual.
Like, sound
Where like
nah.
Wayne's bars are like boom, it's like what?
Like how did you come up with that?
Oh, yeah, he said
Exactly,
he wasn't
exactly.
a human.
All right.
All right, okay. All right. Mob Deep or G Unit?
G Unit.
G Unit?
G Unit, hands down.
Really?
I fucks with Mob G, Prodigy and them, but G Unit, hands down. And that's just because of the groundwork that 50 laid for them. And I like Banks' punchline. Heavy
Yeah.
punchline.
Yo, Banks to me was like the best rapper out of them. I don't know what like really. I mean, he dropped something last year, but he's really like ever since like they kind of dismantled, Banks kind of just disappeared, yo.
I felt like he was a bit lazy though. Like
You think he's a lazy rapper?
Yeah, I think Big had that problem too. Like great, but not driven. 50 had that driven. So you know that's what Banks had, that voice and that lyrics. But so far as like he even have lazy tatted on his arm.
Damn, that's committed to like,
Right.
like
Committed
You
to that
know,
lifestyle.
like, I fucks with Banks, but like
I mean,
lazy.
are you claiming the game as part of G Unit?
No, nah. Because when Game came in the picture, Game came from Dr. Dre. They brought him over there because 50 was popping and then he fit that gangster image. So they were like, all right, let's throw him over there. You know, they ride together. That's why they ain't work together, because they ain't grow up.
Right. Okay.
That's a good point. I mean, like that was a crazy like time period though when the game was part of G Unit for like that brief
Right.
minute. Like that was like, damn, this is like a force.
I felt like it was crazy. I felt like they could have
Too much pride and ego, man. Too
Yeah.
much-
Slaughterhouse.
All right. Best active New York City rapper right now. Got you stuck?
Yeah, because it's like it's hard to say because it's up and down right now. Like best New York City rapper right now, I'm gonna say me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you
That's a
heard
good
me,
answer.
y'all? Me.
All right, without naming yourself then. Like who else would you say?
Best New York City. It would have been Polo G and Sleepy Hollow and Chef G, but they got locked up in
Right.
indictment. So
Okay. You know who I thought really was gonna take the mantle for a minute was Dave East.
I like Davies, but people don't like him.
I don't. Yo, the thing is, like, he had such a hot start, and then like he really just like fell off, and I don't know how. I guess like one of those I can't explain it because when he dropped his like mixtape, I think it was like 2014, 15, like everybody tapped in, and then like he just could not follow up with like a good project ever since that.
Sometimes I feel like some of them be kind of like boxed in, like, because he kind of remind me of a little bit of Nas. Like
I mean,
was on the porch
isn't he
and
signed to
chilling,
Nas?
and I was drinking my beers, me and my friend. And I'm like, that's cool, but then like you know how people are, that the audience, they want to hear a club banger, they want to hear
Right.
something else. Like, all right, cool, 40. That's a New York. That record's only gonna sound good in New York, but it ain't gonna travel nowhere else.
You just kind of made me think of it, like, because you said Lloyd Banks is kind of a lazy rapper, right?
Yeah.
From your perspective. And it makes me think of like a majority of NYC rappers, like that might be the case. Cause like I want to say maybe like 2014 around that area, like NYC had like the rap game on chokehold, right? Like, Don Q, A Boogie was like killing it. Dave East just had come out. What's it, Fabio?
Yeah, Fabio 4.
That's 2014. Like, that's that.
I mean,
longer?
around maybe my dates are a little off, but I feel like they all like it was like this period of rap where like NYC just like had it pretty much had like the game on the chokehold rap wise, right? And they were all like at the top of their game, and then like now it's like who's really?
I mean, that was gonna be my next point. My person was A Boogie. I thought he was gonna like be the person for New York.
Then is it laziness? Is it like lack of creativity? Like wonder what like stopped them from just kind of keeping that
from an outsider looking in, I think my perspective is that the sound just started sounding a little too similar, and it wasn't really like no one really started to like sound different. Pop Smoke came through and then he shut it down.
Pop Smoke,
yeah, he came through and shut it down, and then you had everyone else just trying to come in with the same Pop Smoke voice and like have the drill beats and shit like that, and it kind of just like murkied the water. You feel me? Like everyone, it was so hard to differentiate like who's who at this point.
Oh,
yeah, that's the part, and that's the biggest problem with New York is like, and I'm from New York. Like, it's a lot of dick riders. Pop Smoke came with that style, and everybody
had the same voice.
Trying to jump, even when Wayne was popping, everybody in New York was trying to copy that sample. Like even 50 said this in his song, and Rich Nigga, he said New York niggas copy niggas like it's all good. Fuck around with Crip Walk. And when he said it, I never got it until I got a little older, and I was like, this is what he meant. Like they like a lot of wave riders.
That's kind of an ironic thing for you to say that New York niggas copy all they do is because New York people typically think they're like the trendsetters.
We were.
Okay.
I believe we were. Then like they got to the drill. People from Chicago dissed they ops when they killed them and stuff.
Yeah,
we wasn't doing that. Now they want to do it. No, Bloods and Crips wasn't in New York. It was LA thing. Now we want to do it.
Okay.
Like so that's why the reference was made. And our folks with New York is just. Truth be told,
it just so we're clear, you're a Brooklyn native.
I'm a Brooklyn native, Bushwick Projects.
Okay,
Brooklyn native. You heard?
Like this is some guy we just paid off the shit on New York.
Nah, I'm not shitting. I'm just telling the truth. And I always tell people, if you want to get back to New York, you gotta get back to the roots of what it was. Stop dick riding Future. Stop dick riding this person. Go back to the way the essence of it used to sound, and they'll try to like come up with something different. Don't. And there's a lot of hate in New York. If you're from Brooklyn, people from the Bronx hate you. If you're from the Bronx, people from Brooklyn.
There's
a lot of hate, a lot of diversity. Like that's also a problem.
It's funny you said that. We had a New York rapper on the Vonnie Man on. He's from the Bronx, I think, right? And we had asked him like, "Yo, what borough's got the biggest haters?" And he actually said Brooklyn's got the biggest haters in New York.
Yeah,
could you agree? Do you think Brooklyn, or do you think it's another borough?
I think it's New York. Period.
Just full of haters.
I just because anytime you're trying to do something good, like I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate from the Bronx. I get a lot of hate from Brooklyn too.
Really?
I get a lot of hate. Like I just think New York, they don't want to see nobody shine, but then there's nobody, like you said, coming out of New York since Pop Smoke, and that's the reason why. The minute somebody get the opportunity, he got to get killed or fall out. Because I thought Troy Ave was pretty tough.
That's a good. Yeah. Troy Ave had a good little run too. Yo, like what's funny? It's like the snitching shit really like
cooked them,
fucked them,
right.
Fucked them over.
Yeah. 6ix9ine too.
But 6ix9ine still at least active, like in some way. I mean, but like Troy Ave really like when he got like those snitching allegations came out, like that was it. Like everybody, I don't think Troy Ave mom fuck with Troy Ave. You know like,
she just sold him after that shit too. No, I honestly, I don't know. I feel like New York does have the title of being the trendsetters, right? But I do believe that they tend to like copy each other a little bit more. And one thing that I have noticed from Connecticut to New York, even though you guys there may be hate amongst you guys, no one from the outside could come in and hate on y'all. Like you guys kind of stick together and band together and make sure that New York as a whole like stands strong. And I think that's what separates New York from other states, including Connecticut, where like it's all divided, you know? Like, if I'm a Waterbury person, I don't even got Waterbury niggas fucking with me. You feel me? Like, it's hard to even have, like, there's no, like, union between us. You feel me? When you guys drop a song, it pops because, like, yeah, Brooklyn might hate us, but Bronx is fucking with it, so the Bronx is going to make this song jump for it. You feel me? And where we don't have that.
It's like the little like a big brother, little brother mentality. Right. I could pick on my little brother.
Right.
You can't.
It's like that. It's like that. I'm glad because I felt like it wasn't like that at once upon a time. Really? I remember when Trinidad James came to New York and he was like, "Oh, what the fuck happened in New York?" And Kendrick Lamar was like, "I'm the king of West Coast, king of New York," and it was like it was all good. And I was like, I was upset. I ain't gonna hold you. I was upset about the whole thing, and because I felt like you can't go to LA and say, "Oh fuck, the Game or oh fuck Nipsey Hussle."
No, you can't go to LA. Period. You need a fucking hall pass to walk through LA.
Exactly. And I felt like even when Game came over here and he was beefing with 50 and putting up the G, I didn't like that. I was like, oh man.
I mean, damn, it is crazy how like LA, like they make sure you're not fucking you're not touching one of their artists. Like
you cannot.
Bro, they want niggas to get like a fucking pass to come even step foot in LA.
You know what's crazy to me about LA gang culture is just like, yo, why are y'all this mad? Like, y'all live in the most beautiful part of the country. Right. It's like, yo, y'all wake up to like sunny, beautiful days. It's like spring there all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, like, it makes sense for like people in the East Coast where we live at to be mad. You know what I mean? It's like, it's freezing. Like,
it's freezing. It's fucking gloomy as fuck.
Yeah, yo, it looks
We don't have beaches, good beaches. Like,
I mean, bro, imagine waking up to fucking palm trees in your front yard. It's like, why are you mad?
A beach,
the beach is
a nice beach 20 minutes away. Like,
bro, our beaches are like sewage water. You know what I mean? It's like,
you fucking come on.
We have a reason to be mad. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got like the best tacos in the world over there. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't understand because the people that I know from LA, to get to the ops area is like, a 5-10 minute, 30-minute drive. I said, you got to drive across town to get to the ops?
Yeah, y'all want to be haters. Y'all want a problem. Like, at this point, like,
y'all want to, wait, hold on. They were cross town. You telling me if you ain't got, you
like,
go.
Hey, yo, fuck you.
Yo, it's not at one point during the drive, you're like, yo, you know what? Maybe
we should turn around.
Like, we're bugging. Let's
pull
pull this U-turn.
Like, yo, ain't no drive-bys in New York. You gonna be called by the lights, the police, the traffic going to catch you. You ain't none of that. But they be out there doing that. I don't know.
Yo, you can't even really highlight that because like they don't mean tall buildings either. You know what I mean? It's just like it's all kind of like ground level.
Where in LA?
Yeah.
It's crazy because I think he has a point where I think LA is hard to really like get away with shit. I mean, in New York, it's hard to really get away with shit because there's so many. They're so active. You feel me? Like there's
cameras everywhere.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. There's cops everywhere. There's people everywhere. Where like LA, it's more suburban or not even suburban. It's just more like separated and spaced out, so you can commit a crime and get away with it. I don't know, but y'all, it's fucked for you guys because you got to walk down the street and see your ops. You feel me? Like you walk out your building and the niggas are standing right there because you live in the same building as you.
That's true, 100. That's true, and that's why I never understood that about LA. That was always weird to me. I never understood that. I said, damn, you telling me the Bloods is over there, but the Crips is over there. 30-minute drive. So you telling me you and y'all hop in the car, load up the guns, and go to that neighborhood? Wait, how far is the neighborhood? Like a 30-minute drive. Like what? That's crazy. Or they go meet up at a movie.
That's a good point.
You don't calm down on the way there. Like I know. Sometimes I'm hot in the.
You're mad. Like,
I know. Sometimes I'll be hot in the moment, and I'm like, you know what? Like 15 minutes go by, I'm like, maybe I was tripping.
Yeah.
Like fuck these niggas.
Nah,
them niggas be gassed the entire way, bro.
Gassed. I don't know how they do it. St. Louis is the same way. Like,
really?
I fucks with St. Louis, but shout out to y'all be on the same thing. The ops be across town, and y'all got to go to the. Y'all don't even got to go to the gas station, same gas station. Y'all choose to go all the way over there just to.
I mean, what do you think of people that are in their 30s and are actively gang members? Because to me, I'm starting to think people around that age. I mean, you might have some type of like mental disability or like maybe like some type of autism or something. Yo, to be in your 30s and be an active gang member is crazy.
Honestly,
like,
it's hard to say because I feel like. We don't know the lifestyle people live. You feel me? Like their aunts probably they probably were raised in this lifestyle. And, they got friends in this lifestyle. They're probably still living in the same hood. So it's like, But I think like after a certain point, I do agree. Like
yeah, I do.
Like really, it's so cringy to me when I see like Whack 100 and the Game fucking like arguing with niggas about gang crip shit and blood shit. It's like, what the fuck is good with you guys? Like, you're somebody's granddad. Like,
yo, it's actually even worse though when you're a millionaire.
Right.
Yeah.
Like to me, the one of the wildest things I've ever seen is like Chris Brown become famous from being an R&B singer and then becoming a Blood.
I mean, but they need validation. It's kind of like we had the conversation about like T.I. son, you feel me? Like, and Boosie's son, where like they have money and then but they need that hood validation. You know, they don't have an identity.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like a lost identity in a sense. So like Chris Brown making it big and then wanting to be a gangbanger, it's like the same reason why Justin Bieber made it big and was hanging out with hood niggas. And was fucking this shit up.
Justin Bieber got it together. Eventually, he's like, "Oh, I was tripping."
Hey, I don't think he still got it together. Like this nigga's bro, he went to a fucking psychosis moment. Like he went through a whole mental state for a while. Like,
but he back to normal.
I don't know if he back to normal. I think he's just away from that shit. He was like, I can't be hanging with the niggas too much.
They crazy.
I remember one of them like crashed his Lambo. I think that might have been.
That might have been the final straw. Y'all niggas is wildin'. Nah, I would have been tight after that too. But I don't understand. I mean, it's like, you know, these people grow up and they don't really have no identity. Chris Brown popped when he was really young. Fucking Justin Bieber popped when he was really young. Boosie's son was raised in money. T.I.'s son was raised into money. So it's like they don't have no identity for themselves.
How tight I'd be like, because like obviously like I'm not in that level, but I will be someday, right? I'll be a millionaire or whatever. Whoa. And I got 2 kids. I'm gonna be so fucking mad if my kids like start claiming that shit. Like start I want to be like claiming the trenches type of shit. Like after because it's like a slap to your parents' face, yo. For them to work that hard, get their family in the right place, and then your kids come out like T.I. son, like why do you want to be a hood dude so bad, bro? Like,
fucking putting what do you do? Made a plate out of foil paper or some shit like that. Like, come on, you're just doing the most at this point.
Just to look poor,
right? You're doing the most at this point. I mean, I don't know. To go back to the original point, bro. I think at some point you really gotta like shift away from that. I think when you start having like you're 30, you got kids, and you're starting to build a family. It's time to get it together. Bro, what's more valuable at this point? Like, riding for your fucking gang or being there for your kids and your family?
I think at least like don't be a full-time gang member. I mean, like I think like
right, be a part-time, a per diem gang.
No, I think so. I think those exist, yo.
Right.
Work like once a month. You know what I mean?
Right. Like be there for the big issues. Go to the gang meetings and shit like that.
Like don't be a gangster every day. Take your time off.
You can't be a gangster every day. I'm like,
use your PTO.
Right.
PTO, well, definitely. And I don't know, like I agree with both of y'all. Like I feel like at a certain age, I feel like because you get older, you have kids, you have more things to lose.
Right.
So then like I said, like I don't understand it. They be out there. They be 40 plus. Y'all gotta get the ops. I was like, what ops? I gotta get to work. What you talking about? Ops.
You know who's the first person you said that came to mind when you said 40 plus? Jim fucking Jones.
Yo, Jim Jones gonna sit down. Yo, you heard me live. Yo, and you still stack.
No, but he's so fucking. I don't know. Lately, he's been so corny to me. Like I never understood the definition of corny up until I saw Jim Jones like most recent videos. Like he's been like one of the cringiest people I've seen lately.
I mean, how old is Jim Jones at this point, bro?
Like nigga probably pushing like 55 at this point.
Jim Jones 55? Is corny. He haven't. I ain't never liked Jim Jones.
I did like Jim Jones.
I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah, I did like Jim Jones at some point.
You know what it is, yo? Like Jim Jones, like he's still like he's acting like the Jim Jones that like when I was 21. Right. You know what I mean? And that's the issue. It's like where he hasn't really grown as I grown. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's grown overall.
But that's my point, right? Like, yo, the 21-year-old version of me would like what Jim Jones is doing,
right? Exactly.
But the 33-year-old version of me is like, yo, bro, like you don't gotta do all that. Like you're wealthy, you're known, you're a famous rapper. Like just chill out.
Yeah, I think what he's doing, he's trying to hold on to an era that is like long gone. You feel me? Like he still wants that credibility that he had in like 06 and 07, and it's like you're past that, Jim. Like, what are we doing now? Come on, Jimmy. What are you doing now?
Jimmy.
Come on, James.
James. I just never liked him. I'm sorry.
Never liked
I mean, what was your issue with Jim Jones? Like,
my issue was him. I thought he was always corny. I always thought he was corny. I thought a lot of things he did was corny. Then he used to mess with this artist called Stack Bundles from out there in Far Rockaway. He took his song Ballin'.
Okay.
And he made it a hit record. And then now the rumors in the hood that, you know, he got somebody to off Stack Bundles. So Stack Bundles not here right now. But
I remember Stack Bundles, yeah.
Squad up, yeah. So Jim Jones basically got him, you know, the hood saying he got him took out, but I just never liked him because he took that record from him.
I mean,
so Jim Jones stole his most bigger record.
Yeah, that Ballin', right. That's Stack Bundles record, Ballin'.
Really?
From Edgemere Project, yo.
I mean, yo, is this like some hood theory or is this like
Nah, it's a fact.
These are facts?
I actually met Stack Bundles.
Okay.
Jim Jones actually stuck with him. That's why Riot Squad gang don't fuck with Jim Jones. They don't. After Sin Stack, that was it.
I mean, I'm gonna pivot here a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna pivot here a little bit. You're a big conspiracy person, right?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. Do you think?
You know how I could tell? The do-rag with the cape out. That is a red flag for conspiracy theories.
All right, so your conspiracy theories. Do you think that most of these artists do have to sacrifice somebody in order to make it big? I mean, they speculate that Diddy did it to Big, right?
Yeah,
to Biggie. They did, and they speculated that that female artist, they said that she did it to like her mother. They said Kanye did it to his mother. So like,
I mean, they just said like Meg did it. You know what I mean? Like
her mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So do you think that Jimmy tried to sacrifice Stack Bundles in order for him to be big? Like, do you think there's some sort of ritual going on in like the music industry that's causing these artists to like kill off somebody close to them?
I do believe. So far the Jim Jones and Stack Bundles situation. One thing I couldn't understand about Jim Jones and Stack Bundles relationship is the man is basically signed to you. Like, why is he still in the hood, still in the projects? You know, so that was weird to me. Like that whole relationship. You got the nigga in the projects. He got the cars out and stuff. You know, you know where you at. Like you in the projects. So. Right. That one was weird, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Okay.
Now, so far, I do know that these record labels do take out insurance on these artists.
Right.
So that way they could get the money when they get killed. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like if I say that if they did do it, I wouldn't be shocked. Okay. Because they do put out policies. So because you know when they get killed, that's why every artist when they die, they record for some odd reason. Be more popular.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that's for some odd reason. I think it's like nostalgia kind of. You know, like it's like, oh shit, like I remember that guy. I used to listen to his music.
Or I don't even know that guy. Let me listen to. Let me listen to.
It becomes a trending topic, so I think you're more prone to go check it out. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So it's just like that. So some people didn't know who Nipsey Hussle was until he got killed, and I was like, dang. So I get what you're saying, but I do believe that. I do believe that it's crazy to me that an artist. I do believe there's a lot of shit in there. Because Ice Spice came out of nowhere. I'm a hip hop head. I'm all into.
You think she's a plant?
Yeah, I do think she's a plant because she came out of nowhere. Like I couldn't believe the buzz. Like you don't get to come out of nowhere. Nobody heard them demo from you. What they call mixtapes. No nothing. You just boom up there all of a sudden. I was like,
chilling with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, chilling with
at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl, you can't get next to Taylor Swift. You can't get next.
Like how do you guys become friends?
Exactly.
What do you guys have in common?
I think that's an easy. I think that's an easy one for Taylor Swift. Like I think Taylor Swift's like probably group is like, yo, we need some diversity in the friendship group.
Yeah,
and you know, like Ice Spice is an easy transition for her. You know what I mean? It's like not too black. So let's keep it light, right? So I think that was the easy one for Taylor Swift.
She got a lot of milk in her coffee.
If they put Sexyy Red next to Taylor Swift,
oh no, that's crazy.
That's a transition.
I thought that was crazy with Sexyy Red with Drake. I didn't think that was crazy.
Nah, I think Drake fucks anything that's around.
You think Drake fucked her?
Yeah.
You think so? Out of all the bad bitches he could have, he gonna get.
I think but when you get so many bad bitches, right? Like you're just gonna get tired of them, so you're gonna just like start wandering off. It's like, all right, whatever. Let me just. I think
Let me get it. Like, you think Drake is catching stragglers out this motherfucker?
I mean, she really a straggler at this point. Like she's a
she's a straggler, nigga. Like
Sexyy Red.
She's a fucking cockroach, nigga. Like,
cockroach?
Yeah, she's a fucking straggler, bro.
Would you fuck Sexyy Red?
No, absolutely not.
You wouldn't fuck Sexyy Red.
I swear to God, I would not touch her, bro.
I can't do it.
I cannot.
You don't think you fucked something worse than Sexyy Red?
I have fucked worse than Sexyy Red. I would not touch Sexyy Red though.
You'll touch Sexyy. You'll full for Sexyy Red,
bro. I have fucked worse than Sexyy Red, but I would not touch Sexyy Red. Bro, I can't look at her.
I don't think she's that bad.
What?
Am I bugging?
Yeah, you are. You're tripping right now. You're tripping right now, bro.
I can't.
Maybe I gotta go look.
Sexyy Red look like she fucking sweats all day long and don't take showers at all.
Yo, if she takes showers, it still looks dirty.
And it looks still look dusty.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, maybe she's just not using the right lotion after.
Nah, she using too much lotion. She using fucking bro. Her forehead be glistening, nigga. Like the fuck. She smell like a pack of Black and Milds.
Oh, that's just mean.
No, that's not mean, bro. That's Sexyy Red. That's who she is as a person.
Yeah. All right. I got a question for you. All right, who would y'all take? Sexyy Red or Sukihana?
Oh, What are we doing here? Like,
Yeah,
what are we doing at this point?
Yo, this is what the rap labels.
The neighborhood crackhead, nigga. That's who I'm sliding on.
Yo, the rap labels come up to you and say, you want to make it? You got to fuck one of them.
I'm going to take Suki.
Suki over Sexyy Red?
I'm going to take Suki.
I'm gonna have to go with Suki too. Or maybe we'll put a blindfold, a garbage bag, or something. Like,
bro, that's a fucking terrible. Why would you do that? Like,
I'm just saying, maybe we could work on something.
Bro, I think Sexyy Red, Sukihana, even fucking Summer Walker, all look so sweaty to me.
Summer Walker,
bro, Summer Walker looks so dirty to me. Like,
really,
bro, she just look nasty.
Every now and then, our clips go pretty viral for the wrong reasons. And I tell you, if this one hits, they're gonna shit.
Bro,
on
let
you.
them shit on me, bro. Summer Walker, Sexyy Red, and Sukihana just look dusty and dingy.
I think putting Summer Walker in that category is kind of wild.
Bro, look at Summer Walker. She just looked like, I don't know.
She's pretty.
She's an attractive girl.
Okay,
far better than Sexyy Red, but she just looked dirty to me. Like, she just looked like she don't bathe she bathe every like once a week type shit.
Okay.
Like she remind me of the type of girl that like wouldn't wear deodorant type shit, or have a natural scent.
Like she wears natural deodorant.
Yeah,
like no aluminum.
Maybe not even natural deodorant. Like she wears no bra, just straight like natural scent type shit.
Okay, like she's like one of those natural girls
walking around barefoot.
Oh,
yeah, that's what she remind me of.
Like got mad crumbs on her feet.
Dead ass. Like, I don't know. Something about Summer Walker just screams dirty to me.
Damn.
Damn.
You thought like this is you thought about this.
This is well thought about. Well thought about.
They're not that bad to me.
So you're knocking out Sexyy Red
over Sukihana? Yeah.
Bro, you just sent me a video the other day of this nigga fucking a crack kid on Bourbon Street, right? I was like, where is his friends at? I would not allow you to fuck Sexyy Red. Like, bro, I care about you too much to allow you to do some shit like that, my nigga.
I'd do it on my own accord.
Nah, I wouldn't allow you to do that,
right.
bro.
Okay. Well, thanks, man.
He looking out for you.
All right, man. Back to our boy kid. we diverted. We're off the trail, man. Right. But yo, how was it growing up in Brooklyn, man?
Horrible. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and tell you it was a fairy tale. It was horrible. It was boarded houses everywhere. Crack was everywhere. People used to run in our house and tear shit up. It was horrible growing up in Brooklyn.
Really?
It wasn't good. It wasn't a good place to grow up in. And I grew up in like Bushwick Project, so that was like considered the softer side of Brooklyn. Brownsville and stuff in East New York, best side at the time was horrible. Horrible. Not a good childhood. We couldn't even go outside and play as kids.
Really?
They would shoot out all the time. Somebody would get stabbed. Like my first dead body I saw, I had to be about like 6 years old. My brother was taking me to pink houses. He got killed, by the way. He was taking me to pink houses to visit my aunt, and there was a body. The guy was shot in the head. He was in the elevator. So when he pushed the door, open the elevator, the body was just like on the floor, slumped over. So he's like, oh shit. Then he tried to cover me from it, but I already knew what it was.
How old was your brother?
When he got
So you were I'm saying, so like when this happened, so he was you were 6 years old.
Yeah.
How much older? Like
my like brother, 10? He probably like a good, probably like a good 10. He had to be probably like 16, 17, around there.
So it's like a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
I mean, which is crazy because like you got a 16-year-old trying to hide a dead body from a 6-year-old because like, but either way, right? Like a 16-year-old isn't really that much better to handle a dead body than a 6-year-old.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess he saw a whole bunch of shit. Too.
I mean, which seems like a common thing for New Yorkers though. Like it seemed like most hood niggas seen like a dead body in New York at some point.
Yeah.
What did that do to you? Like when you were a kid seeing that? Like
it traumatized me. Basically traumatized. I thought about it all the time. It wasn't nothing like the Boys in the Hood. You want to see a dead body? It was nothing it was nothing like that. It was traumatized. I wake up one night, flashes and stuff, start sweating and stuff. So it was traumatizing. But now, like niggas pull out their phone and can see that shit.
Yeah, it's a different world we live in now.
Super different world. Super different world. So you had to see that at the time when I was growing up, but now it's not like that.
I think we're also I think we were kind of like desensitized to it now. You know, like it's so common, like like you said, scrolling through your phone or scrolling through Twitter and seeing somebody getting offed or a dead body that we don't even have a reaction anymore. But I know, like at that time, like you know, you fucking see a nipple, and that shit was like,
Whoa,
that shit was like made your fucking week. You feel me?
every
So
day, every day.
I think it's just a different world we're living in at this point,
Super
and it
different.
makes me think about like the life that these kids are growing up into. You know, like are they gonna have empathy and sympathy for like the next human being, or are they gonna kind of see these things and think like it's normal? You know, a lot of times we see people fight. Like I was just watching a Twitter post. I was just watching a video on Twitter the other day where like these two girls were fighting, and it looked like one of the girls' head was like cracked in, like from the fight, right? And all of these people around are like telling her to like get up and trying to help her up, but no one is calling the cops. You know, everyone's sitting around recording the shit, and but no one is actually taking the time out to call the police. And it makes me think like where is the world going to? You know, like what type of life is our kids gonna be living? Like, are we gonna have like compassion for the next human being, like kind of being raised in this society? You know,
I don't know. I agree. I think I would agree with you. I don't think there's gonna be any sympathy because something happened right now. Everything people pull out of the phone.
You're right. Not even to call the cops.
Not
just
to call the cops.
Just for 2 seconds of clout, you know?
2 seconds, yep. Not even to pull out of nothing. So I do think we head in more of that direction. Everybody's just gonna be
shit. So that was so obviously seeing your first dead body at 6 years old was like a life changing moment for you.
Yeah, it was a life changing.
Did you have any other like moments, like good or bad, you know, growing up in Brooklyn that like made an impact in your life?
Well, we had a lot of good, like at that time it was like it was different. Like, all right, so growing up in Brooklyn, every time we couldn't have block parties no more. Every time we had a block party, somebody would get shot, stabbed, robbed. They had every time. I mean, every time. So I think another life changing moment for me is when my brother, my brother got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing him, because I just had seen him. He was supposed to come back and play Sonic 2 with me on the Sega Genesis. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but yeah, Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis. And I remember I didn't want him to leave, so I told him I hate you. And then the next thing I know, the cops came back knocking on the door, telling my mother that he was going and stuff. So
really,
yeah. So that was one of the life changing. My other changes was my boy Moses. He got killed in front of me out in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Willoughby. We were supposed to be going to school. Some guys pulled. I didn't even see it. I can't even tell you what the people looked like. I don't know what they had on. All I saw was a flag. Because when I seen them, I was waiting. I'm like, yo, Moses, come down from school. And like, yeah. And then I seen him. He froze like he just seen a ghost. The time I turned around, pow, like all I saw was the flash and stuff. So like that was another life changing moment for me. But at that time, it could work two ways because it makes you more violent. Sometimes it make me more angry.
Like, so seeing murder, seeing people act like that makes you want to.
Yeah, it made me more violent. It made
like subconsciously like become a part of it.
Yeah, kind of like a rape victim that raped their victim. I'm sorry if I know your podcast, but like sometimes a lot of them that become, you know, child molest themselves.
Honestly, that's a very common thing. Yeah,
fish in circle.
Yeah, fish in circle. So it makes you like that. And I think my last straw had to be is when I got stabbed. That had to be the last. That hurt it so bad. Even though I've been through prior stuff then, but to the gut, don't feel like it wasn't. And then at the time, I'm a little, like, when that happened, I was kind of young. I'm like 22, 23, like around that time. So like I'm more like slowing down. So I think like that actually was like another life changer that actually hold me back for real quick.
What, the getting stabbed?
Yeah, I think that was another life changer. Like,
do you know you got stabbed by?
Yeah, I know the name. I call him TB. I'm not going to say the full name. Yeah, but TB. Yeah. I know.
Did you like? How do I phrase this? Like, I don't think nobody deserves to get stabbed, but did you do something that like kind of warranted him to like?
I did. We was going back and forth because of my brother. I had an order of protection against me. We was going back and forth. Do the music when I had started the music. I was with this record label group. The person who killed my brother got out of jail. They started messing with him. They told him to stay away. They didn't want to hear it.
Wait, the record label you were signed to?
Yeah.
Signed the guy that murdered your brother.
Yeah. And
so he was a rapper as well.
No, he wasn't a rapper. He was just. I would call him like a Preem of Brooklyn. Like, you know how you got Preem? You ever heard of Preem from Queens?
Yeah.
That 50 and them speak about
Supreme.
Them?
Yeah.
Supreme. Yeah. And the team and stuff. So he was like something like that for Brooklyn.
Okay, I got you.
So like, yeah.
He was just like an image essentially.
Yeah, he was an image.
Like
a
public figure.
Guy, yeah. And you know, if they get attention, I'm telling them like, nah. So then that went left and we went back
Right.
And then he grabbed the TB, and then we went back and forth. I aimed at his brother a few times, TB brother. I aimed at him a few times, hit him in the leg. I did. I ain't gonna hold you. I was shooting, yes. I was shooting and hit him in the leg. He had came back. Like, this happened probably a while ago, but the time he came back, I didn't even see it coming.
Right.
So that's what makes me believe like karma is real, because it do come back. So
all right, so you just like, where were you when you got stabbed?
I was on the 2 train on I was going to, I can't remember where I was going to, but I was on the 2 train. It was East 180 if I had got off, because they wanted us to switch trains from the 2 to the 5, but I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just take the bus. So when I got off and I started walking down the stairs or whatever, all I heard was, remember me? By the time I turned around, it was too late.
Boom.
Too late. And it ain't like in the movies that I had niggas to talk about, so, oh, you gotta fight back and then, once it hit your nervous, it's shut down. Ain't none of that. Just drop. That's what happened.
Yo, what's going through your mind, like, as you're bleeding out on the ground? Like, you like, damn,
I was trying to figure out what happened.
Oh, you don't even, like, it hasn't even processed
it.
You didn't remember him.
Nah, I didn't remember.
I'm joking.
Nah, I didn't get to see his face. I didn't get to even see his face.
Right.
Like, I didn't get to see his face. The second I turned around, I was like, boom. I was like, oh, like, you know, and then like, I'm still in shock. Like, I don't know if you ever had trauma to you. The body can't tell the mind that you're in pain at the time. You just know that you hurt.
Injured, right?
You injured.
Yeah.
And then you can't, like, I don't know if you ever, like, didn't have water for a while. You start feeling dizzy and nauseous. You can't stand straight up. Couldn't stand straight up. No matter how many times I would try to get up.
Was there people around?
That's the crazy thing. There's a precinct right across the street. Right there. That's the crazy thing.
This guy didn't give a fuck. He stabbed you close to a police station.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you come out of East 180th and you go in that tunnel, there's a tunnel. So you can't see the usually the police be outside, but for some odd reason it wasn't outside. It was this other lady. She had screamed.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh my God. And it startled him. And then he took off. And then she's like, help, help, help. So when the police came and stuff like that, so.
Yo, all right, so you just got stabbed, police came, like what happened there? Like, obviously they go to the hospital.
Yeah, they patch you up. And
then they question you.
You question you know who did it, this, that. Obviously, you from the street, so you say no and shit like that.
So you didn't tell?
Nah.
Wait, so backtracking just 1 second. You said initially you didn't know who it was. So at what point did you realize who it was?
When I got back to Brooklyn.
Okay. So you couldn't even tell at that point. At the hospital, you couldn't even tell them that.
I couldn't at the time.
Because you didn't know who it was.
At the time, I did not know who it was. But when
You're just going through like the list of ops in your head.
Yeah, I was going through the list of things. It was one person. And then at the time, the crazy thing at the time was I was already in court fighting the order protection case.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, that didn't look good either.
Yeah.
It didn't look good to the judge. Like, he was like, oh, you always stay in trouble. You always in trouble. I got stabbed up.
Like, damn, man, I just got stabbed. What you want me
That's
to
some
do?
sympathy for me.
They was trying to let me tell you, right? The system is so fucked up. They gave me 8 months for fist fight. For fist fighting. They weren't trying to give me an F1 felony. That's what you get
Who'd
for
you
like.
fist fight?
I had fist fight with the record label. One of the people from the group of the HC Entertainment. Yeah, I had a fist fight with them, and we had our little whatever. And they said I got assault in the 3rd degree with intent to kill. Like,
from a fist fight?
From a fist fight. From a fist fight. Can you believe that? A fist fight.
You must have beat his ass.
From a fist fight. And then, like, and what's crazy to me is that people be getting caught with guns and knives and stuff, and they be letting them off the next day and shit. I was like, what?
Right.
To me, it is on who they want to get, the system is very fucked
I mean,
up.
you already had a record at that point, so they're probably like, okay, like, this nigga's a fucking menace. Like, we got to figure out some way to, like...
We got to get him off the streets.
Right. Right. He fucking got a protective order, he got stabbed, and now he's fist fighting niggas.
Yeah,
like, it's just escalating at this point.
What did you get the protective order for?
I got, because they said I was a danger to them. They said, I did...
The record label got a protective
order. Yeah, they got it. Record label got a protection. I order of protection order from me.
Okay.
Because they said I was a danger to them.
So now you get back to the hood, you find out who stabbed you. Now, what's your thoughts after that?
My thoughts is to basically go after them and whatever. But the whole problem is that, like, when you got so much cases going on, you can't just get up and do something. Because I had to be at the doctor. they had to check my blood, make sure everything was good, and then I had a whole bunch of court cases.
Yeah.
And then I got caught with a knife. I was carrying. I got caught with a knife. We got locked back up. Sat in jail. Had to pay the fine. It was about $150 at the time. Had to pay the fine. So it was basically to get back at him, but I never had the opportunity
Right.
to ever get back.
How many years ago was this?
This happened 2015 it happened.
All right, so almost 9 years.
Yeah, almost 9 years.
Since you got stabbed, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen him since?
Not in person.
Not in person. So you're a different person at this point. Like,
Yeah.
9 years have gone by, right? Obviously, like, you're thinking different, you're moving different, right?
Yeah.
Like, say you're walking down the street, you see the man that stabbed you 9 years ago. What's going through your mind at this point? Like, how do you think you're going to react at this age you're at right now?
And to keep it a buck with you, I don't know.
Like,
I want to say, like, I'm not going to do nothing, I'm going to leave it alone, but I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's really hard to say, like, what you'll do in that moment, especially. Like you said, you kind of, you become a different person, you know? Probably if you had seen him at that point in time, it's up, you know? Yeah. But now, like, times have changed, or things have changed. Not things have changed. His life has changed, you feel me? And he's a different person at this point. So to look back and be like, okay, do I want to kind of throw all of the work I've done over the past 9 years on the toilet? It's like, I don't know. But then do I want to be bitched in this moment too? Like, I need to get this nigga back. You feel me? It's like
it opens a bit with that old saying called you open the old.
But you shot him, right?
I shot his brother.
Okay, you shot his brother.
Yeah, I didn't kill him. It's just like a little graze.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean,
if at this point, like, if he reached out to, like, say, like, yo, can we just, like, make amends?
Nah, we can't do that.
Can't do that.
We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't, because then I believe I have to see you, and I gotta be always uncomfortable, always on my guard.
No, I'm not saying like we're gonna be friends, but it's like, yo, like, if he comes to you, yo, obviously we live here, we're bound to run into each other at some point. Like, can we just, like, you can't squash. This is an unsquashable beef.
Nah. There's some beef. I don't think beef ever goes anywhere. I just think it get old. Like it's just old right now. But I don't think we could be friends. I can't.
No, I'm not saying you could be friends, but there's any way like you guys can just be like, yo, like, let's not do anything to each other. Because obviously, if he sees you, right, he's gonna be like, okay, he's about to do some shit to me, right? So y'all both on like, yo, like, who's gonna get who first at this point?
I honestly,
it's almost like, can you guys ever call like a ceasefire type of shit?
Right? Well, somebody wave the white flag at this moment, you know?
Nah, probably not.
Okay,
we both from Brooklyn, too stubborn. Probably not. We'll get old. He'll stay where he at. I stay where I'm at.
And we'll keep it pushing that way. I mean, that's a valid thing, you know. Like, I think you love to like sugarcoat growth and try to make it seem like you have to be best friends with the person that like fucked you over. But sometimes growth is just putting it in the back burner and just moving on with your life.
Especially like to someone that like almost took your life
Yeah.
away.
So and it's tough because then
and it's cool with somebody that took your family member.
Yeah,
your family members.
That's the crazy.
That's a big one.
So going back to that, how old were you when you lost your brother?
I was 7 years old.
7 years old.
Yeah, I was.
7 So literally a year after you saw the dead body.
Yeah, literally. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, literally after I saw the dead body. Yeah.
So who, like you said, you know who did it, right?
Yeah, it was my cousin Andre.
So your own family member killed your brother.
Killed him. Watched him die too.
So what's the story behind that?
It's so many stories. That's
really?
The thing. It's so many stories. One story was about a female. The other one was about a 40. The other one was about $8.
$8?
Yeah, $8. So it's so many stories, and then I got to even meet him like in probably 2010.
Your cousin?
Yeah, the one that killed me. That's how me and them TB came across, because I tried to get him when I seen him. We was in the studio working on the track, and I had my weapons, I had my boys with me, and I had bumped into him. And then instead of like, he thought it was all good. I didn't understand that. Like,
so the guy, your cousin who killed your brother, like came up to you
like, hey, how you doing? Dead ass.
Like,
dead ass. He said, hey, how you doing? This motherfucker. And when I saw him, I didn't even have.
How long since the event did you see him? So your brother passed away when you're 7. So at this, how old were you when you like run into your cousin at this
Probably
point?
11 years later. Probably like 11, 12
so
years
almost
later.
20.
Yeah, 11 years, 11.
So 12. I mean, yo, is this like a first cousin? Like this guy?
Yeah, my first cousin.
Like,
yeah.
So like your sister's or your mom's sister, like
twin sister.
Oh,
my mother twin sister killed him. Yeah, my mother twin, not her twin sister. My mother sister down the line, she got two sisters. The twin sister covered up, the twin sister kids covered up the murder. And the first one that did it was her older sister Maggie.
It was a female cousin?
Yeah, her son did it. Yeah, her son.
I was saying, it was a male.
Guy cousin. So my mother's sister's son did it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's his first cousin, essentially.
Yeah, first cousin. Yeah, he did it.
And he tries to say, he sees you and says, "What up?" Like y'all still cool, and
so y'all go like 12 years without seeing your were you cool with this cousin before?
Before. Yes, I was.
But how was like the relationship between your mom and her sister at this point? Like, cause her son just killed her son.
Well, it put my mother into a shock place.
Right.
Yeah, haven't been the same since then. Haven't been the same. All kind of things now. Like,
is it just you and your brother that are or you have other siblings?
I have three sisters and I have one other brother.
Okay.
So, but this was the oldest.
So 3 and 3 overall.
Yeah. This was the oldest one. Basically, put my mother in shock. And the thing about another thing back on it, like Andre, he wasn't right in the head. Like I remember one time he put a bullet in the chicken, put it in the fryer to see what it was gonna do, and then he used to shoot homeless people. I remember he tried to kill his own brother in Brooklyn. They fought with each other over a gun in the mattress. I remember, and they tried to rush all the kids outside. I remember that story. So he wasn't right in the head to be.
So you think he had like some type of mental disorder?
I just think he liked it. I just think he was kind of like.
Yo, he's kind of like Tupac and Juice type of shit.
Yeah,
like once he got that taste, he's
taste of it.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
It's crazy. I didn't. Yeah.
Is he out? All right. Like, is he out in the public?
Nah. Well, he dead right now.
Oh.
No. I think he died from mental illness or whatever. But like,
okay.
At the time, like, I don't know, man. The man was just messed up in the head. I just don't know why. But then, like, I don't know what he's seen, what he been through, but I know he did that.
It's funny because they say that a lot. That tends to happen a lot for like these people that they call like their shooters or like the people that pretty much the niggas that's willing to kill somebody just at the drop of a crash dummies. Yeah. You know, they tend to have like some sort of mental illness and they don't know how to have another outlet besides.
This is what I was saying, bro. You know? Like how people are like in their 30s and they're active like gang members.
Right.
It's like, active gang members, shooters, whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think those are like people that are 100% mentally.
But the thing is, you know what's fucked up, bro? It's like, I was about to go somewhere with this. You know what's kind of fucked up is that. No, I'm not going to go there. Yeah. What's kind of fucked up is that these are the people that a lot of people emulate, you know, and you're looking at them and like, yo, these niggas is really drilling shit. And like, this person is 100 and, you know, they're holding shit down. They always 10 toes down. But these motherfuckers are on the verge of like fucking psychosis, you know, like being in a mental hospital. And these are the people that we like glorify and want and the kids start to look after and people start to like, you know, put on a pedestal, you know, and it's like, I think the narrative definitely needs a shift. You feel me? It's like, we need to start looking at these people and be like, yo, what is wrong with them? But I think, you know, the culture within itself just kind of puts them on a higher standard.
Yeah, I just think people like drama. Like that's why people watch the news. Like nothing be good on the news. This person got shot. This person got stabbed. This. People just like drama. You ever realize, like with Tupac, his drama was more important than his actual music.
For sure.
You know, like they liked the 50 Cent because of the drama. I just think people just like drama.
I think that's why Trump became president.
There you go. Trump. They just like the drama. Like they love the drama. They love seeing something negative happen to somebody. They be like, oh, I don't like drama. No, you don't like being in drama.
Right.
You like being on the edge.
You like watching
viewing drama.
Exactly. That's what it is. So I don't think that's what.
That's why reality TV is so popular, bro. Like all like like these Housewives, Bad Girls Club, all that shit. You know, like that's just drama.
Love and hip hop, whatever happened to them.
They just love the drama.
People don't realize like what it's really doing to them because it's desensitizing you to drama in real life. So when you see crazy shit happen in real life, right, you don't even react like you normally should because it's like, yo, you just watched 8 hours of this shit. This isn't nothing to you, right? Like seeing someone getting like dragged by the hair, it's like, oh, this is entertaining.
Exactly.
They love it.
I mean, so you have a son, right? How old is your son?
My son is 9 years old.
Okay, so he's pretty much at the point, or a little bit older than the point where you kind of went through like some of the most traumatic experiences in your life.
Yeah.
What are some words that you would like? Let's just say he was kind of going through like a similar thing. Like, what are some things that you would say to like your younger self, or to even younger kids out there that are like kind of going through similar situations like that?
Well, I would say try to talk to somebody. Like not your big homies. Not your big homies. They give the worst advice.
Okay.
Not your everything to your big homies. You don't like that nigga? Go shoot him. Get rid of him. Nah. I think they should talk to someone. If you got a guardian or somebody, you should definitely talk to them. A parent. If you ain't got a parent, somebody that you look up to, because big homies is not the answer. And then,
do you have a big homie?
Yeah, I do. His name was Sleepy. He gave me some of the worst advice too.
Really? Like, what advice did he give you?
The same thing, yo. You don't like that nigga? Kill him. Get rid of him. Fuck that. But then some days he'd be like, you know what? You shouldn't do that. I'd be like, oh, so I shouldn't do it? Nah, you shouldn't do it. Nigga, you should do it. Should blow the nigga out.
That's how he felt in that moment, nigga. Some nigga stepped on his toe early. He told you to go off a nigga.
Like, who deemed him the big homie? Like, how do you get a big homie position?
Well, I don't know how everybody else did it, but he was one of the guys from the block that actually had to put in work for a long time. So
okay, like, money.
Yeah, get money, you know. Murder, yeah. So his stats
credibility is like,
his credibility grew out unbelievable.
Is he still alive?
Yes, he is. He is. His big homie, he's still alive. So yeah, still living in the same area too.
Would you still claim him as your big homie?
Somewhat. I think it's kind of a little weird.
Right. Being an adult.
Yeah, my big homie.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing nowadays, though, too. Like, it'll be like 40-year-old men, like, yo, Meek Mill, like, says it all the time. We're like, yo, I gotta chill out before my big homies, like, see my tweets or something like that.
Meek homie.
Like, dude, you're like
your father? your daddy? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's crazy. Yeah, your big homie is like your daddy.
Your daddy.
It's just weird. It's just weird. Add a pause to that. New York style.
Nah, we're not pausing that one. I mean, that's what it's giving daddy son energy. You feel me? Like, that's the vibe
I want to be a big homie. Yo, they should. You know how like they have like the Big Brother like foundation or they should have like a big homie like
a big homie foundation.
Like, I want to sign up.
It's called a gang. That's what it is.
But I don't want like the bad parts of it. Like, I want to be a good big homie.
They don't like the big good homie. They don't like them. They like hearing about the negative. They don't like the good.
So I mean, at this point is so you said like you pretty much you got stabbed, you went to jail. At what point did you start doing music?
I started doing music before then. I started doing music. Believe it or not, my mother taught me how to do music. She wasn't a rapper, but I was like one of the slow kids in special ed.
Okay.
So I didn't know how to rhyme. I didn't know what rhyming words was.
Right.
And she used to tell me, "Oh, rap mean rhyming and poetry." I was like, "What? How that work?" So we started with the Dr. Seuss book. So shout out to my mom, because she actually the one who actually got me and took the time out, because I was slow.
Right.
Time out to actually help me with the rhyming word, the bat, the cat. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
So she actually helped me with that. But I was doing music before then. I mean, I was doing music before that drama, but it had enhanced it.
Okay, so pretty much after that whole situation, it kind of you started taking it a little bit more serious.
Taking it more serious. And, I wanted to shout out my boy Al and Mystic Al Records in promotion, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do this right here now. I'm doing.
I kind of want to just backtrack a little bit. Like, yo, when you say like, what do you mean like you were in special ed growing up?
Like, I was one of the slow kids. Like, what I
how
mean?
does that, how do you like, I've never actually heard someone like openly admit something like this. How does that, no, like seriously, how does that make you feel? Like, is that something that you were like ashamed of at any point?
At first I was. At first I didn't want to say it, because honestly, the teacher told my mother that teaching him is like teaching a brick wall. He doesn't understand.
Okay.
So I used to get the SSI check. Yes, I did. Yeah, boy, I used to get the SSI check, because I was slow, basically mentally. They said tarded, but in other words, didn't be nice. They say mentally challenged.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what that was. It was tough. I felt like I couldn't get things right away. You had to show me more than once.
Okay.
And maybe probably 20 times.
You know what's ironic, bro, is that so he's not the first person I've heard that claim it. A pretty big motivational speaker called Les Brown.
I know him.
Yeah, he was also.
He said that?
Yeah, he was pretty much diagnosed with being mentally disabled. I'm not gonna say the R word, but at that time, that's what they called him. You know, yeah. So, pretty much, he tells a story all the time that I think in the second grade, they had him like labeled as that. And the thing that kind of that shifted his life was, a teacher told him like, you don't have to listen to what they're telling you. You know, like this is the title that they're putting on you, and you can make a decision for yourself on who you want to be. And that pushed him into the direction to becoming who he is. I mean,
now. He's up there like with Tony Robbins.
Yeah, he's pretty big right now, and he has that title as well. You know, like being a special needs also. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. And I believe and they told him the right thing. They told him the right thing because they didn't tell me that. It took until later on I learned that.
I mean, because think about it, like most of the time, like teaching and learning, education as a whole is just a rubric, you know. And if you kind of fall outside of that rubric, then you get that title.
You get classified.
Yeah, you get that title. So it doesn't mean that you actually have a disability, or it doesn't mean that you just learn differently, you know. So
True.
And at that time, there wasn't as much support for like ADHD and ADD, so people were just getting thrown into that.
Yeah, just throw you a bottle of Ritalin, call it a fucking day.
Right. Throw you in the class with, you know, slower kids, and then, you know, you guys have that ideology that that's what you are, you know. So
yeah. That was very, most definitely you hit the nail on the hammer. Definitely with that one.
Damn. Yo, so like, did you finish school?
No, I did not. I didn't finish school.
Okay.
But I did get my
GED.
My GED. Yeah, but
okay, yo, congrats, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I didn't finish.
At what age did you get your GED?
Well, let's see, 2020. No, 2019.
Okay. Oh, so fairly recent.
Yeah, recent.
Okay.
What year did you drop out of school?
I dropped out. It had to be 2009. So I grew up poor. I grew up homeless. Like I know everybody say they grew up poor. No, I grew up homeless, not a house. Ever since my brother got killed, we was basically homeless. At first, we went into protective custody. That didn't last long. That was back in the day. That did not last long. And then we were sleeping on subways, train, parks, benches. So like that's what actually caused me not to really. It wasn't that the grades wasn't meeting par. It was the absence.
Nah, there's no way you could like
do
good in school and be like sleeping outside. Right. Like yo, this is excusable.
Like
behavior.
all my friends are coming in with like lunch boxes, and I don't even have a plate of food at home.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yo, what at what age did kind of like your life become a little more stable then, or did it?
Didn't. I'm kind of okay now, but not really, because all that drama and stuff happened. When I got stabbed up and stuff, I was still homeless.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still homeless. Got an apartment in New York. Rent be so crazy. You can't afford to be. That's how I know how they do it. Can't afford to be getting into trouble and then trying to go to work and pay rent. They evict you so quick. So
I mean, we pretty much living the same life as a kid as an adult. You know,
yeah. Just probably with the less violence.
Right.
The times has changed. We got cameras everywhere now. We didn't have that now. Yeah.
I mean, especially Brooklyn nowadays. It's like I imagine for you it must be such a drastic change because now it's like it's been so gentrified and it's like, yo, when I go to Brooklyn now, it seems like the safest place on earth.
Yeah. It's not the old Brooklyn, right?
It's not the old Brooklyn. They still be doing their thing though, because they be matching up with the Bronx, and I don't understand. I'm like, how you doing this if it's so gentrified? Like, go to the old neighborhoods. Dogs walking, people taking pictures.
So it sounds like the Bronx is where like it really get active at?
Yeah, Bronx they get active. They get active.
Like it was like the last stand of
New York City. Final boss.
Bronx they get active, but they starting to slowly take over that area as well. I see it coming.
I mean, with experience in like both ends of like, you know, not growing up in a dangerous like environment and then seeing gentrification, like what are your thoughts on gentrification? Like, do you feel like it's a positive or a negative thing?
See,
I mean, obviously I see the negative where it's like they increase rent and, you know, the prices of everything where it's like unaffordable to the people that live there. But now you get to walk outside and not worried about getting stabbed.
And that's how I feel right there. I'm right in the middle of it. Like, I'm sad about the fact that Brooklyn don't have as much as colored people there no more and all the hood people and stuff. But at the same time, I see why I needed to change. So I'm kind of stuck with that. Like, because when we always there, fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a little more civilized. So I'm stuck in the middle of that. I'm kind of torn in the middle of that.
I could honestly agree with you because too often people get upset at the fact that gentrification is happening in their town or their city, right? But the reason why gentrification is happening is because the property is so low, so people are coming in and it's actually doing good for that city. You guys just want the hood to remain the hood, but then they fuck up the hood by doing shootouts, by like robbing buildings and fucking up businesses. So it's like at some point, like something's got to give. Like if you really love the hood, then show the gratification, take care of it. I mean, but like because you're upset that someone else is see the beauty in it and coming or not seeing the opportunity and coming in and taking the opportunity for what
Brooklyn
it
is like a good looking like place, man. You know what I mean? Like right by the beach or not by the water. The bridge, like yo, I mean, people like go over there just to take picture of that fucking brick, like in that one
Yeah, bro,
spot.
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yo, like that's kind of wild to say, right? But gentrification essentially saves lives.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
Because
believe
like
it does,
And
yeah.
the city.
you're pushing
Yeah.
out people, murderers.
You're right. It saves the city because
Yeah.
think about it. If the hood, if gentrification never happened, Brooklyn would be a fucking shithole. You feel me? Or
Yeah.
most of these cities would be a shithole. Like,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
the city can't prosper off of low income families. Like they obviously, you know, they tend to tax low income families a little bit more, but like, you know, they're really not getting their money off of that. They need like the people that are making more money to come in and pour their money, their resources into that community to keep it alive. So I don't think it's that bad, you know. Like I think gentrification. I wish Waterbury needs a fucking gentrification process. Like our downtown is fucking a shithole, you know. And like they need people coming in, and it's starting to happen where like businesses are people are coming in and like purchasing property downtown. But like you know, in order to save a city, you need it at some point.
Gentrification sucks until you own property
Right.
and you want to start a family.
Yeah.
Right? Until then, this shit's like, yo, fuck all that, right?
Right.
But then when you got a property, it's like, yo, I kind of want this thing to stay nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
I want a Starbucks near me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you want the white lady walking down the street with her dog,
like-
you know, like that. You want that lifestyle for your kids, and I think you know we get mad and upset because obviously rent goes up and like the hood kind of goes away and everyone kind of breaks apart. But you got to look at the future, you know, like what is the future really happening? But the thing that sucks is that now Brooklyn forces their problem onto other people now
Like the
because
Bronx,
because now everyone from Brooklyn can't afford it anymore, so they get pushed out
Yeah.
and then they start beefing and fucking up that economy.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just a whole system that they use to just like tear the community down so that they could come in and purchase at a low price and then just keep moving it that way because it's like
I think this is like facts. I don't think you're theorizing.
100%.
Like I think this is it.
yeah, maybe
100%.
I don't know. I never thought about it that way.
100%. Because everybody from Brooklyn, a lot of people live in the Bronx.
Exactly.
Since we moved out there, the crime rate
Spikes up, and then
Spikes
guess what
up,
happens? The property value goes down, and then someone purchases the property, and then
what's after the Bronx? After the Bronx gets gentrified,
Connecticut, nigga, all them niggas is moving over here, bro. Like,
I don't need that shit.
bro. So many times I'm doing Uber and I'm picking somebody up, bro. It's so often that they come from the Bronx or Brooklyn, like so often, like, and they all say, guess at what point? Guess when do you think they all came?
2021,
2020. Like
Okay.
all
2020,
after,
COVID.
all during COVID, they all came over here and started purchasing our properties because instead of paying for your high ass rent, they come over here and get a whole house instead. You know,
the fucking rent here is fucked up.
right? And our housing market's all fucked up.
Fuck
Yeah,
up the next, go to the next, fuck up the next, go to the next.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. That's what New York did to Atlanta, and a lot of people from New York moved to Atlanta and both states.
Same thing with Texas, yeah.
It's kind of like what they were doing in like the 60s. I think it's called white flight. I don't want to. I know it's white flight, but I know there's also something called redlining as well, where like
redlining. Okay.
Where like black people will move into a city, push the white people out to the outskirts, and then the inner city kind of fucks up. And then once the black people become overpopulated, or urban communities become overpopulated, and the white families kind of move out to like the outer skirts. It's kind of like that in reverse, you know, like the black people have the city kind of like in shambles, or the urban community has the city in shambles, and then white people are coming in, revamping it, and then pushing the black people out.
Damn, that sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
The way you just described that.
This is literally what it is. It has the city in shambles. They get like fucking cops.
That's crazy.
It's fucking Gotham City out this bitch. Like,
word. Oh, definitely. He telling the truth. 100. Fucked up as it is, it sounds.
is what it is, you know. Like we need the white folk to come in and save us from ourselves. They get like
That's crazy.
Dr. Umar is shaking his head. He is shaking his head.
my Pan African brother.
You bunny hopping motherfucker.
Man, I don't know. There's gonna be so many coons in the comments right now, but it is what it is.
It's alright. We love it. All promotion is good.
The truth is the truth, you know.
Yeah.
All right, man. Before we wrap this up, bro, just a couple more questions, man.
Copy.
So since you started like your music journey, I mean, what's the most like interesting thing that's ever happened to you, or like a moment that really stands out to you?
To me is when I finally got to meet my well, obviously doing these are actually really good. I like these. I ain't gonna
Thanks, man. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Fun. Fuck. Yeah. Doing these and meeting my boy L, he a co-owner of Mystic Isles. I'm the other co-owner. Yeah, co-owner of Mystic. Actually getting the opportunity to actually go out to St. Louis and meet him. That's
Okay.
pretty dope. So because of him, I was able to meet y'all. So like things like that.
Right.
So, yeah. So we started the record label. We funded. It's easier when two heads work better than one. You know, one person can't move a car, but 1,000 people can. So I like how I did. Me and him teamed up. So now I'm able to do things like these.
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty cool.
All right, man. And our final question for you: like, what's your plans on like, and how, how do you plan on getting your music out there and kind of growing your audience, growing your fan base?
Well, I got keep grinding. I got a lot of plans. Keep putting out music. Keep doing these freestyles. Joining podcast people. Keep pushing. Because one thing I learned, I met a few people. I met what is this person's name? Corey Guns.
Okay.
Yeah, I met Corey Guns, and what I learned from him is that he and a lot of others like Billy B's and stuff, they don't really know either. They just trying everything. That's why you see him like on this podcast, that Joe Button, you see him here, and they dropping it. So I'm trying to move the same way.
Now, one thing that I have noticed is that a lot of artists are now going to like on the streaming platforms instead of interviews now. You know, they used to meet Breakfast Club and like Sway in the Morning to be like the big thing, but now they're going on
don't
like
need a stamp no more.
Yeah, you're going on like Kai Cenat fucking stream. They're going on Aiden Ross's stream, and even this other guy, I think it's Zayas or whatever his name is. But in order to kind of, you know, Rick Ross was on one, like on a stream, and I'm like, I would never expect fucking Rick Ross to be on a streamer's platform.
I disagree with you because Rick Ross is innovative.
Okay.
And I'm saying the way he thinks is always in the future. You know what I mean? Like
I can see that. Yeah.
So him being on a stream makes perfect sense because like the way he moves. I mean, the guy's like a co-owner of Wing It On or whatever.
Right.
Was it? Is it Wing It On?
It is Wingstop.
Wingstop. You know what I mean? Like he's always doing shit. Like, it makes like the boss. Like you know what I mean? Like,
most definitely.
And that's a valid thought.
It's a small move to make too. Him, 50. I like the way they move. Like
ironically, they hate each other. But,
right?
They hate each other, but
yo, bro, thanks for coming out.
No, thank you, man. It was a pleasure, bro. For sure.
Definitely a vibe. Yo, where can the audience find you?
You can find me on my IG. It's called K Red BK2.
Spell that for them.
It's KAYREDBK2. You can find me up there. That's where all my music and stuff is at. And you can also hit the barcode for the music.
Yeah, perfect.
Y'all heard the man. As always, drop a like, drop a comment, make sure y'all subscribe, and we'll see you next episode.
Later.
Fact.